Only one of the five most recent presidents of the United States saw a decline in their personal net worth while they were in office, while another saw an increase that was greater than 6,000 times the original amount. Joe Biden, the 46th and current president of the United States, has an annual salary of $400,000 and a $50,000 expense account. This is approximately 7 times more than the salary of a typical American. The salaries of the president and vice president were established in this manner by the founding fathers. In 1949, Congress also established the account for reimbursement of expenses. This covers the president's personal expenses, which include things like food and dry cleaning, both of which can be quite pricey. Joe Biden's pre-inauguration salary was $17.3 million in the US. During the period of his absence for public office, which lasted for 4 years, it is only estimated that he has $8 million in net worth at this time. Why then doesn't Joe have more money? Joe Biden, a middle-class American, boarded an Amtrak train leaving Washington, D.C.'s Union Station bound for Delaware on the same day that Donald Trump became the first American president to be worth $1 billion. With that kind of modest fortune, you might expect from someone who had spent his adult life as a delighted official $2.5 million in the United States, most of which is composed of pensions and real estate. On the other hand, Joe Biden was about to cash in his chips in a significant way. Together, he and his wife Jill had brought in $11.1 million by the end of 2017. They brought in $4.6 million the following year, then $1 million in 2019, and then $630,000 the following year in 2020. Very good, Joe. Very, very nice. The tale of how Joe Biden became a wealthy man as a result of his tenure as vice president by capitalizing on his fame to make money off of the sale of books and speeches has been recounted numerous times. A closer examination of the numbers, on the other hand, raises a question that hasn't been addressed. Why isn't Joe Biden even wealthier? If someone begins with a net worth of $2.5 million and then $17.3 million, while the stock markets are raging upwards, you would expect him to be worth more than $8 million by the end of this scenario. The question now is, what became of Biden's money? However, one area where we are certain he has not spent it is on automobiles. The green 1967 Corvette Stingray that was given to Joe Biden as a wedding present by his father, who managed car dealerships in Delaware, is still in Joe Biden's possession today. The aforementioned Corvette was highlighted on an episode of Jay Leno's Garage when Biden was vice president, long before he was associated with the White House, and Donald Trump was a well-known figure known simply as the Donald. And according to the story, Donald Trump began his political career with a modest loan of $1 million from his father, Fred Trump, and worked his way up through the political ranks to become the 45th President of the United States of America. His account of how he got to Washington would include the following footnotes: New York real estate kingpin, Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue, Mar-a-Lago, Trump's spiritual home being purchased in the 1980s for $10 million, the art of the deal, etc. The truth of the matter is that the majority of his wealth was acquired by capitalizing on the brand Trump through celebrity endorsements and leasing his name to appear on a wide variety of products, ranging from vodka bottles to apartment complexes to cuddly toys. All of this came up to a head with a starring role in The Apprentice. You might already be aware that Donald Trump is very secretive about his personal wealth and the tax returns he has filed in the past. However, it was speculated that before Trump became president, his net worth was somewhere around $3 billion US, and upon leaving office, $2.3 billion. According to a comprehensive report on Trump's failing empire that was published by Bloomberg, the presidency ended up costing Trump a cool $700 billion in total. Wow! His reputation has been severely damaged, to say the least, as a result of his embarrassing exit from office, which included an insurrection riot, a second impeachment, and the COVID kilometers. He is up against the significant opposition in the legal system on multiple fronts. His political capital is decreasing at an alarming rate. His social media megaphone was taken away, his properties are getting on in years, and the majority of his investments are in commercial real estate, which tanked in value after COVID-19 eliminated the need for traditional office spaces. But you should try to tell Trump this now. According to him, before he took office, he was worth $10 billion, and he asserts that Bloomberg's claims of a mere $3 billion are ridiculous. He also says that he was worth $10 billion before he took office. Regardless of how you look at it, he is the only president on this list who actually managed to lose money while he was in office. $700 million is a significant amount of money regardless of how you look at it. But to be fair, the Don is right about some things. Isn't that the case? In addition to being the president's cherished Mar-a-Lago, the Palm Beach Club has emerged as the president's go-to weekend retreat and ranks among the president's most successful financial investments. In 1985, Trump paid close to $10 million in U.S. currency to acquire Mar-a-Lago, paid $5 million for a humongous house, a reported $3 million for its extravagant furnishings, and an additional $2 million for 400 feet of prime beachfront directly across the street. Today, Forbes values it is fair to say that Mar-a-Lago is one of the most difficult assets in the Trump portfolio to value at 160 million United States dollars, which is 16 times more than what Trump paid for it. The Obamas were considered to have a net worth of approximately $1.3 million when they took office, so they were millionaires when they moved into the White House, but it was only by the skin of their teeth. According to a report that was prepared for the American University in Washington, D.C., upon leaving they were successful in securing massive book deals and speaking tours by capitalizing on their remarkable life stories, impressive writing and oratory skills, and most importantly, their enormous celebrity status. Along the way, they established a brand that is now valued at $70 million in the United States. According to Celebrity Net Worth, a report from the American University estimates that the bricks at the Obama's house will be worth $242.5 million by the time they are finished being laid. If they play their cards right, it shouldn't matter what happens in the end. Following their departure from public office, the couple has been making millions of dollars from book deals, public speaking engagements, and even commissions from Netflix. The years 2005 and 2016 are covered in the Business Insider reports. President Obama received $15.6 million in advances in sales from his books. In 2016, a new book agreement was aimed at a stunning $60 million with the express objective of them writing their bios. The spectacular Martha's Vineyard mansion was built in 2001 and includes beaches, 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, and a powder room. In addition to that, it features a luxurious main bedroom that is outfitted with a fireplace, as well as 2 guest wings, a boathouse, a pool, a sun deck, and a garage for 2 cars. The couple bought the estate for 11.75 million United States dollars with the intention of hosting a huge birthday party for President Obama when he turned 60 years old, inviting hundreds of people under aliases. They were forced to cancel the event because the coronavirus had other ideas for how it should be used. However, he can find some solace in the fact that before he became president, he had a net worth of $1.3 billion, while his current net worth is reportedly in the 70s. When President George W. Bush took office, he had a net worth of $20 million in the United States, which was more money than any other president of the United States had at that point in time. When Trump became president, he immediately overshadowed him. In 1995 or earlier, before he was elected president in 2000, George W. Bush served as governor of Texas and also launched the oil company that would later become Bush Exploration. According to Politico, between 2009 and 2015 alone, George W. Bush delivered at least 200 speeches for fees in the 6-figure range. At that time, the going rate for giving a public speech was between $100,000 and $175,000 United States dollars, which he charged. Between the years 2010 and 2017, he wrote 3 books, with a deal for the first book alone bringing him $7 million in United States currency. He is quickly becoming the norm. It is estimated that Bush's current net worth is $14 million in the United States, thanks to the fact that people are interested in hearing his words of wisdom, whether they are written down or spoken at the podium. Since leaving his position as president, George W. Bush has become an avid painter and published several art books that have become bestsellers. One of these books is a collection of portraits of former military service members. It has been noted by the art critics that he has improved as an oil painter. Since his early works were published online for all to see in 2013, in the past Forrest Gump had been critical of the artist's work. However, his most recent collection in 2017 received high praise. By putting his likeness on a cannabis project in 2014, George W. Bush solidified his friendship with Tony Blair. In addition to the depiction of Blair, he's also done portraits of Russian President Vladimir Putin, the Dalai Lama, and other notable figures. You're probably also curious about the automobile that George W. Bush drives. George W. Bush drives a Ford F-150 King Ranch, which is possibly the most fitting vehicle for a fabulously former president who resides in Texas. Prior to moving to the White House, the combined wealth of Bill and Hillary Clinton was approximately $1.3 million. According to a study conducted by American University, as soon as they left, they started on a journey that would take them to the very top of the book deal and have them speaking to the universe. During this time, their total net worth would increase by more than 6,000%. According to estimates of celebrity net worth, they have accumulated a combined fortune of more than $240 million and are continuing to grow today. They are the highest earning power couple to have served after the presidency by a mile. However, prior to his election as President of the United States, Bill Clinton had never earned more than $35,000 in a single year, which is more than the state of Arkansas. He was orphaned when he was young and was raised by his grandparents after the death of his father. Before becoming president, Bill served as a governor in several states. As a lawyer, Hillary brought home a hefty paycheck of $110,000 in the United States. This is starting to sound like it's been heard before. As soon as Bill Clinton was elected president, he was no longer permitted to drive his cherished 1967 Mustang convertible. It had a 6-cylinder engine with insufficient power and automatic transmission, but it had a beautiful appearance. In the beginning, the Clintons had a significant amount of debt because of Bill's legal fees. However, after they left office, they embarked on a vigorous campaign of public appearances. They gave 759 speeches over the course of 15 years, which is more than 50 a year or nearly 1 week. And as a result, they made $153 million in the process. Bill charges somewhere in the range of 200,000 United States dollars, and his earnings from public speaking have reached $100 million. It must have been a wonderful experience for him to have a book published in 2001 and to receive the largest book advance in the history of book publishing, $15 million US. No pressure. The couple still makes between $10 and $30 million in the United States every year through their public speaking engagements. The Clintons went from being on the verge of becoming millionaires to having an estimated net worth of $240 million and counting as a result of Bill Clinton's presidency. In addition, they are a true power couple in Washington, as evidenced by the fact that their individual net worth is approximately equal, split at around $120 million each. We have a bad habit of forgetting that the President of the United States makes an impressive salary. Given that the current president puts in an average of 14 hours of work each day across 6 days of the week, we believe it's reasonable to forgive them for this transgression. Do you really think it's true that you'll make riches after your term in a high position like a president? Let us know in the comments below. If you liked and enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more insightful videos, get notified by clicking the bell button below. From the high-end stories of today, this has been Modern Luxury. As always, we look forward to seeing you again in one of our videos. Thanks for watching.